Thanks for staying with us. We're still discussing Naira Marley and NDLEA. And on the show right now is our spokesperson, Mr. Femi Babafemi, hopefully to answer some of our questions concerning the use of Naira Marley as their brand ambassador. Good morning, sir, Mr. Femi Babafemi. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you. Good morning. It's my pleasure.
Good to have you. So let us start with the first question everybody's asking. Why Naira Marley?
Well, first, there is a noise from the other end that is actually interfering. I don't know if those in the back end in the studio would just... that's the video of Naira Marley is what is playing into my ear.
Oh.
But first, I got your question, and why Naira Marley? Naira Marley because, one, I have to correct one impression. Naira Marley was never appointed as an ambassador for NDLEA or WADA ambassador. That's a total misconception. There is nowhere in the photo we sent out and the caption attached to it that it was stated that Naira Marley was appointed or made an ambassador for NDLEA. That's a total representation. Is those who probably have their own motives that were just putting up manner of things to that. We never said that, and it's not. And this thing was posted on our official social media handles, and there was nowhere there we mentioned the word ambassador or his appointment in whatsoever.
Okay.
What simply happened, what simply happened is this. I mean, we all know Naira has a huge movement, that's followership. I mean, for somebody with over 7 million followers, with the Malian, with the Malian movement, and we know that that particular movement has over the years been promoting the use, especially of cannabis. And here he is coming forward to say he wants to advocate against, drug abuse. What do we have to do? 7 million, that's half of the population of those using drugs in Nigeria, 40 million people. That's half of that. So we cannot turn our back to that. And please, who else is better positioned or suited to send to the Malians, to send to the Malian movement than the head of that particular movement? That is one. Two, we also have to understand the fact that what we're doing is simply using him in an advocacy engagement because his people would better listen to him than listen to any other person. That is his followers. Millions of followers at that. And so we need to engage somebody like, and there has been this, and this is not the first time. I remember even some years past, almost some decades now, this agency also engaged another popular artist to also do the same thing. And those that had even gone through addiction, recovery, and those that are still recovering, we have tried at various platforms to engage with them because they know how this thing feels. They know the implications. They know they can tell the story better than any other person who has never even
Go ahead.
Yes. So
another thing I want to say is this: if we go back to June 26th this year, which was the World Drug Day. The theme for this year's World Drug Day is People First, Stop Stigma and Discrimination, Strengthening Prevention. And what we have simply done is in line with the UN agenda to promote, to stop stigma and discrimination. The people against Naira, what they are simply doing, their expressions, their words are simply discouraging or stigmatizing these people or discriminating against them in a way that will prevent them even from coming forward to seek treatment or to seek help. So we're encouraging Nigerians, please, let's not condemn anybody. Even the Holy Book tells us about Christ dying for the sinners, not the saints, and leaving even the 12 disciples to look after what,
Let me get a few questions in. Let me get a few questions in for you, sir. Go ahead, man.
Okay, so first I wanted to ask.
Yes, please.
About him being an advocate. So is he an advocate for NDLEA? That's just one of the questions. Is he, even to be an advocate is a formal conversation. It's not something you just maybe pick a camera and put on his face and then he makes a statement. There has to have been sitting down and talking to him. Secondly, having put that video out, do you think that maybe you made a mistake in the way it was done, even if he's not an ambassador? there's no story to show that he has really turned around. You know, what you're saying that it's not good to stigmatize, and even in the Bible says you should not judge. But, you know, if he has repented of his ways and he's now pushing the message that this I used to do, but I do it no more, it's a different conversation entirely than maybe someone who just got a platform, put a video on his face, and then says what he has to say, and he leaves.
And in addition to that, where he tweeted, "God, please don't let me see what will make me leave smoking." That was Naira Marley, and this was, I think it was July 3rd.
Yes.
July 3rd. This is on the screen, it's right there on the screen for you. So he
big
tweeted that, and so that's what Miriam is saying. How do you know he has repented?
Well, first, let's get this right. Also, the fact that he's coming forward to make a public commitment, one, puts him under an obligation. Two, disrupts whatever message he has been sending to his followers before. I mean, now there is a counter message. Three, now for the same person that has come out publicly and openly to make such a huge commitment, you see what we are very particular about, especially in regard of, referring to our celebrities, is the idea of coming forward with their content to glamorize or glorify substance abuse in a way that motivates or encourages their followers to do the same thing. And now if we have him coming forward openly, publicly, to make a public commitment, that one puts him under an obligation that he can no longer do such a thing anymore. Even if he wants to do anything, that may have to be in the corner of his room, because he already made a public commitment as somebody that has changed and who wants his followers and Nigerian youths who may be, who are already abusing substances, to also have a change of mind. If he himself could say, I have changed, now I'm advocating, I'm supporting the fight against substance abuse on our streets, in our communities, I think we should just give him a chance.
Okay.
Let's believe, I know the cynicism there is about, oh, Naira, can Naira ever change? Let's give him a chance. We never.
All right, let me get a few more questions for you, sir. Go ahead.
Okay, so I keep hearing he came forward, he has decided. So are you saying that Naira Marley came forward by himself? He wasn't invited by the agency? Please clarify that for us. Okay,
now, don't forget that this is not our first encounter with Naira. Last year, we rated that also to show you the balance in our drug supply and drug demand reduction activities. Last year, don't forget that we raided his place in Lekki when we arrested about 4 of his artists. And even in that particular operation, one of them was eventually brought forward, who also did a similar video, I think Zinolestic. I mean, these things are out there in the public space. He also did a similar video, promising not to do this again, encouraging their followers and all this kind of thing. So, one, this is not the first time we have. So it doesn't mean that even if Naira himself strays tomorrow, goes offline, and we get him with, illicit substance again, that we cannot act on it. No, that's not what it means. It simply means that, look, as much as we are enforcing the law, we also have a responsibility to also encourage those that need support, those that want to change, those that want that want treatment, to also have the opportunity, access.
Mr. Babafemi, my worry is that, don't you think it is therefore risky and detrimental to your own objective if he relapses? So that is going to be counterproductive for you. Somebody who has come out to say, and then he now relapses, that works against your own objective.
But we don't even know if he has.
No, I think we have to get, that conclusion may probably be, that conclusion is built on the assumption that he has an official appointment or engagement with the NDLEA. Like I said, and I emphasize again, Naira Marley has not and has never and has not been officially appointed in any capacity. For anybody to become an ambassador of NDLEA, there are stringent conditions, there are stringent criteria, and he has not gotten within that bracket yet. So you can only draw that conclusion if perhaps there is an official engagement with the NDLEA, but there is no such official engagement with the NDLEA. This is somebody that simply came forward because, like I said before, we have engaged with them with the area of law enforcement. We have arrested them. We have put them through processes. And again, here, we are also using the carrot and stick approach. Here, we're also trying to see, okay, can we also cancel this person? Can we also motivate this person to have a change of heart? Can he also, following that, use the same process, the same platform that he has been using to advocate substance abuse, to promote substance abuse? Can he also use the same platform to also provide the same, counter message that will discourage his followers and Nigerian youths from doing this, from abusing these illicit substances? So it's just a balance in this case.
All right.
Okay, sir. You will get tired of defending and explaining that this is not an ambassadorship deal. Like I honestly, we have a relationship, Mr. Babafemi. We love what NDLEA is doing. We are against drug abuse as a platform, and we always highlight the good works. And it would be wrong for us not to highlight where we feel there might be a little bit of goof, because you have posted on your platform a picture of Naira Marley and the highest person at NDLEA. There is no soap you can use to wash this that is not ambassador. He is ambassador by affiliation already.
Representative.
And representing and is speaking. So my own is, yes, you might NDLEA might need to do a lot of press release to properly situate this situation of how Naira Marley's relationship with you works. But I feel, sir, would you agree that that video does not convince anybody that he believes in what he's saying? That video might come across like somebody is confessing under duress.
No, absolutely. That video was produced from out of his own free will. He has members of his team there, so he couldn't have been under duress. So he's not, and we believe, that's why I said, let's give him a chance. He has openly and publicly made this commitment. Let's not doubt him. Let's not condemn him outrightly. I think we need to give, just like we give other people chances. We have, millions of Nigerians who are having these issues. So why do we need to condemn them that they can never change, or they are condemned people? No, I think we need to give them a chance so that they can, other people associated with them can also look at them and see, oh, this is a new, fresh inspiration. Let's also have a change of heart. Let's also, for those that are already having issues, let's also seek treatment or seek help. But then I need to emphasize that indeed there is nowhere we have any mention of engagement, appointment, or ambassadorial appointment in the caption of whatever. But then people may want to believe what they want to believe. There is no even amount of press statements or statements that you make that may convince some people. But then the fact is, we are trying to ensure that the truth is out, and we cannot afford to anybody. Whoever comes out. I have seen some other celebrities who have come out to condemn this. The same celebrities have approached NDLEA before. We never turned our back to them.
All right. Okay. Let me get a few more questions because of time.
Yes, please.
So before you continue, I need you to clarify the steps that NDLEA takes to onboard or engage any influencer. Does it mean that I can just show up at your office and say, I want to support your fight against drugs?
You have 5 million followers.
Exactly. Doesn't mean I can just show up. What background checks would you do? What's the process like before you engage any influencer for your campaign?
Definitely, we won't just take anybody that we don't have a background information about the person. And if indeed, like I said, for us to appoint anybody as an ambassador, there are quite stringent criteria, conditions for that. And I did say that indeed Naira did not fall into that category. But for anybody, any Nigerian, however, wherever, no matter how lowly placed or highly placed you may be, if you are willing to join the fight against substance abuse, that is the whole essence of the launch of War Against Drug Abuse Advocacy Initiative, WADA, is to mobilize all Nigerians, whoever they may be, to buy in and take ownership of the fight. You don't even need to come openly or publicly to the NDLEA in your own little corner, in your space there, on your program here. You have oftentimes come out to support the fight against substance abuse, meaning that you are making your own contribution in your own little way, in your sphere there.
Well, you did not post.
But we don't use it. So I was just also.
He froze, actually. He's still talking.
Oh, okay.
Hello, you still there?
Yes, I'm with you. Please.
Okay.
Okay, so I have two things I'm worried about. You know, at first I agreed with you, like who better than someone like him? But, you know, and I was hoping that you were going to give us some behind-the-scenes information to justify it, but I haven't heard that yet. And I'm wondering that, are you not worried?
I'm sure.
Sorry, please. Are you not worried that anyone who is a known drug user with huge following, looking to launder their image, can reach out to you and make a statement and go away using you, your platform, to do that? Are you not also looking at the other side of it? And if I may suggest, you know, could you use him, because we know he's a musician and we know that that's where he really flexes his muscle. Could you have better used him to create music and a music video instead, to promote, you know, this message, instead of reading from a paper that looks as if he did not really want to be there?
Also, before you respond to that, Mr. Babafemi, because we're running out of time, I'd like to add my own to that, to what Mariam just said. My own concern is not your using Naira Marley. My worry, however, is that NDLEA is too big of a deal for Nigerian youth to give somebody a chance. You know, you said, let's give him a chance. There has to be a proper process before you put anybody in front of your, next to the DG. That person must have gone through some kind of process that Nigerians see that, oh, this guy is ready to repent or leave his behavior and now become some kind of an advocate for this, because NDLEA is such an important agency against drug abuse. So I feel this may have somewhat watered down the importance, the depth of what NDLEA is trying to change within our mindset, just so you can respond to it generally. You know, you're our friend, we like you, but we have to tell you when we feel that there's something.
Yeah, thank you. I think this response will just capture or will just cover the two questions put together by you and Miriam there. I'll tell you that indeed, Naira didn't just come before camera to make that commitment. There have been conversations, there have been counseling behind the scene. That's what that's definitely what again may not have been put out there. But then you see in this kind of a game, you don't put all your conversations, especially with somebody who is who you are encouraging to come out of a particular situation. Otherwise, it will amount to you discouraging the same person from doing what you are asking the same person to do. So what you simply saw was an outcome of a process. So it's not just that he just came, I would just, put him in front of the camera to say something. No, it's a process. It's something that has been going on for a time, for a period. And so what simply happened is Naira, in fact, the shaman himself had to engage with him, talk with him, encourage him. Through, you see, part of this process includes quite a lot of counseling. Even those that are in our counseling and treatment centers, these are the things they go through. So this is just the end result of what has been happening behind the scene. That, I'll tell you, answers your question without necessarily providing certain details that would discourage those that may want to come forward and denounce the use of substance abuse, or somebody like Naira himself that would denounce it. Please, I think that will suffice. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Let me let you go. As I say, we really believe in the work NDLEA is doing, and this is a platform that's been supporting your work from day one. So when we see something, we have to say it. But we'll definitely be willing to support you in any way to get your message out. But thank you very much, sir. for joining us on the show today.
I appreciate you all. Thank you very much.
All right, so ladies, we have to go on a break, but I think really in a nutshell, as I said, the idea was right, the thinking made sense. No better person to speak against drug abuse than somebody who's a user. However, Nigerians deserve to see that he's indeed a changed person, not somebody who tweeted on the 7th of July or 3rd of July that nothing's going to stop him from taking smoking. And suddenly now, a few weeks later, he's now taking a picture with the DG of NDLEA. That sounds somewhat it's not clear to Nigerians. So hopefully in the coming weeks we'll get more clarity, because I see him here give his life to Christ, go to church, go to mosque. You know, you never know. I mean, if he really wants to change, so maybe we see him become an imam or become a priest. You never know. These things, people are entitled to change, and let's give him the benefit of a doubt. Okay, let's go on a quick break. When we come back, move on to the next segment. Stay with us, Rebecca.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.